Hello and welcome to OZChris vs Marvel Comics for week 1 of September, here with reviews of House of X number 4 and Savage Avengers number 5. So starting off with House of X, written by Jonathan Hickman, art by Pepe Larraz, and coloring by Marte Gracia, the cover by the latter two. So, the X-Men's mission to defeat the Mother Mold, to stop them, destroy the Mother Mold to prevent the rise of Nimrod, isn't particularly starting off well. Two of their members, Archangel and Monet, are dead already. Everyone else seems to be injured, but they still have a plan. They still have a job to do. So they are able to disengage all but one of the collars holding the giant sentinel head to the core of the Mother Mold, but the last one they are unable to disengage yet because Mystique, who was supposed to do that, gets thrown into the vacuum of space. So Wolverine and Nightcrawler have to do as it's put, do whatever it takes to make sure that the Mother Mold is destroyed. So they sacrifice themselves to disengage the last collar. All of this, while this is happening, Xavier is telepathically connected to them, so he is also witnessing what is going on. As much as he doesn't want them to sacrifice themselves, they need to do this to prevent the possible future, terrible future that is to come, shown in the events of Powers of X. And I will leave it there. So story, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. Good story, a lot of tense moments in here. A lot of sacrifices being made. Given that a lot of these characters have already been shown to come back anyway, it is a bit meaningless, their sacrifices, but I'm going under the assumption of they're not actually the X-Men, no, the mutants, given that in House of X number 1, the first page, we see Xavier greeting a male and female mutant who were born from like this giant egg sac. So I'm going to assume that these are just like copies that Xavier created to help create his future, given that all mutants seem to be working with one another. Given the whole divide between, you had the X-Men and then you had the Brotherhood, all of that. So I'm hoping that assumption is true. It's just they're just fakes. The real ones we don't know where the real ones are yet. The other one is just they're going to rewrite reality, rewrite time, which is just a kind of a cop-out, but we'll see how it goes. But I enjoyed this issue regardless. The art and the coloring, I'm going to give a 4.5 out of 5. Great art and coloring there. And same for the cover, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. Great art and coloring there. Great cover. So on to Savage Avengers number 5, written by Jerry Dugan, art by Mark Deodato Jr., coloring by Frank Martin, the cover by David Finch and Frank D'Amato. So, the Marrow God is confronted by these Savage Avengers. They all team up to defeat the Marrow God quite easily, and then they head off to the City of Sickles to confront Conan Goth. But Conan is starting to bleed out and will die because the symbiote connected to him is also dying. So while Brother Voodoo prepares a spell to help save Conan, the rest of the Savage Avengers take on Conan Goth's forces, and once everyone is back to capable fighting percentage, whatever that may be, they confront the last of the remainder of Conan Goth's forces, but Conan Goth is able to trap and stop the Savage Avengers from defeating him, because he reveals that he wanted them to easily kill the Marrow God because they are now infected by it. So he escapes, and they're stuck in this dilemma of what do they do now? They still need to go after him, but they are also infected, and who knows what will happen to them. So that is it. That is it there for Savage Avengers. So story, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Good story, progressed really well. I was a bit worried about the fact that they defeated the all-powerful god so easily, but it turns out there was ulterior reasons for it to be defeated so easily. So I'm glad that wasn't just like an easy cop out there. But the story progressed really well. Nice easy end to this first story arc. I assume this is the end of the first story arc. I think there's still usually issue number 6s, but we'll see. I think if it's a nice simple end to this story arc. The art and the coloring, I'm going to give a 4.5 out of 5. Great art and coloring here. And the cover, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5. Good art and coloring. I just wish there was a much better background instead of just like the yellow and orange and white lines. Like, give us like a cool looking background, please. Like the art on the coloring on the characters themselves, it's great. It's just, I wish there was a much better background. So that is it for these reviews of House of X and Savage Avengers. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.